This is Zakwetu.
And a very good evening to you wherever you're tuned in from. Karibu sana kwenye Zakwetu. This is where culture and diversity unifies us right here at Science TV. You know how we do it each and every Tuesday? This is how we do it each and every Tuesday. Tunaongeleaga mambo ya culture, mambo ya diversity. Wewe umetoka wapi? Za kwenyu ni gani? Kwa sababu za kwenyu ni zenyu na za kwetu ni kwetu. Hapa kwenye 0319803884. That's our WhatsApp number. Tuambie, where are you watching us from? Where is the show rocking you from? Right here at the 254 Arena. Remember, you can catch me on my social media handles, which is at Koloboy Irush King, Instagram, TikTok, kila pahali. Collins Irongo, Facebook, tukisonga. And in case you haven't followed us on our social media handles, what are you waiting for? We are Science TV in each and every platform right here at the 254. And of course, today I have one of the finest guests on set with me, ready to give us just a sneak peek, just a quench of how he does, of how his culture is, and how he is diversified right here at Zakwetu. Mtazamaji, usijali Kiswahili kinaweza kuwa tatanisha ama Kizungu, lakini tunasonga tukisenda. Haya, bro, ni aje?
Poa sana.
Kwa majina tunakujua kama nani?
Edwin Opetu.
Edwin Opetu. Jina Opetu umetoka katika mkoa gani ama eneo gani katika 254?
Tuatoka Busia.
Busia kule watu wa Pusa ama si watu wa Pusa?
Watu wa Kuku.
Watu wa Kuku inkona kaukari, of course kaukari ya kokosanki mpoka ya kienyeji. So mtazamaji, lazima kuwa umeshika ukali sahi ama vipi?
Ndio hiyo sasa.
And today we are talking about culture and diversity. First of all, I want to pop this question. Nataka kukuuliza hii swali. Is your community, where you come from, are they inclusive in the disability world?
Yeah, they are. They're very inclusive.
They are very inclusive. They incorporate you in their cultural activities na kila kitu wanafanyanga kama community.
For the past years that I've been a disabled guy, I can say I've been involved in some issues at the community level. Yeah.
So hapo kwenye baraza la wazee, hapo kwenye decisions are being made, pia wewe kama Edwin uko involved.
Kwanza hapo nataka ni kwa huyo kiongozi wa baraza.
Of course, kiongozi wa baraza it is right here at Zakwetu. But before we go any further, nataka tu tueleze just a sneak peek of how you got your disability and how your family took it and how your community took it.
Nilipata disability nikiwa 18 years. That is in 2012. It was not an easy thing to accept because this was a new life. You are just in new life from school. So a lot had to be done for me to accept that now I'm no longer Edwin who used to walk. I'm Edwin on wheelchair. And family accepted it. And so once the family accepted it, I had no otherwise. But I had also to accept it because it was now my situation. Yeah.
So that was after you got out of high school, right?
Yeah.
So your entire school life, you are working.
Yes.
But ukimaliza high school hapo ndo you got your disability.
Yeah, after high school, nikaanza hustling. So in the course of hustling, my health started deteriorating. And so I had to go to hospital for checkup, several hospitals, but at first they could not identify the problem. So when I was referred to Kenyatta, is where the problem was identified, and so medication started though at the hospital they did it at slow pace, and so my condition deteriorated a lot. Yeah.
So, when maybe this is a curious question, did you do hard labor, or what really happened for your health to start deteriorating? Ukasema hey, imezidi bro manzi, lazima niende usi. Ulikuwa unafanya hard labor, or what you doing?
You know, when you are from school, you are fresh, and maybe you have kama America girlfriend, so unajituma.
Unajituma.
Yeah. So let me say that it was not a hard labor, but ya Mungu ni mengi, and maybe it was God's plan that maybe in the line of duties such condition come, and so if God say yes, who am I get to accept.
Of course, na tunasemanga hapa kwa za kwetu that disability is a club, anybody can get in or out, right? Yeah, so umeniambia kutoka upande wa Western. So just a sneak peek, the inclusive activities zenye wewe umeinvolviwa juu najua kuko na namings ceremonies, kuna kuaga na initiation, kuna kuaga na marriages, kuna kuaga na all types. I know Luyas are so deep into their cultures. So which culture ndo zimekuincorporate vizuri? Is it the naming? How was it about?
Like I said that when I became disabled, I was 18 years old, and I was right in the city. And the cost of traveling back home for such cultural practices has been a hindrance. And I cannot say that cultural practices at home have been involved, but I've been partially involved where I live, because there were lawyers there.
Of course.
And so we make a small community of lawyers there. So, you know, in Nairobi, people tend to do their own things.
Yeah, true.
So, and even at Ushago, you see, when Dini came in, many issues were abandoned. And as we talk now, things like naming or such cultural practices in our community or in the place where I'm born, it is not there as we talk. Ukizaa mtoto, mkifanya shughuli zenyu, maybe what bring us together nowadays ni funeral na wedding, za maharusi na some minimal harambes. Yeah, but zile culture za kitambo zile sana zinaanza zikipungua.
So are you saying that disability can be an hindrance to observing cultural practices?
It cannot be a hindrance, but what I'm trying to say is this, that you see, disabilities, it has so many limitations. And when you are born in a family that financially they're not stable, so the cost of ferrying a disabled child from Nairobi to Busia is somehow costly. And when you don't have that financial muscle, it will take times for you to even to visit your Ushago. So that's what I'm saying. But regardless of our disability or my disability, if financial muscle was there, I can still be involved in Ushago's issues. But at the moment, I normally operate in Nairobi. Where I'm called, I go.
Okay, all right. Huyo ni Edwin kwenye hapa za kwetu representing 254 Arena. And of course, I cannot go without asking you this. In the Luya, kuna kuaga na various food zenye wanapendanga. One of them ni ingo, which is highly associated with you guys. Kuna kumbe, kuna ugali. So as Edwin, sasa tukupea hapa sufuria, tukwambie tutengeneze a wonderful Luya meal. Which will be your choice?
I will go for ugalingo.
Of course, I knew that was the answer, mtazamaji. But right about now, we are heading on our first commercial break. We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial because it's Zakwetu right here at Science TV.
This is Zakwetu.
And welcome back to this fine Tuesday evening right here at Science TV. You know how we do it each and every Tuesday? This is Zakwetu, where culture and diversity unifies us right here at Science TV. 0111980384. It's a WhatsApp number. You can also catch us on our social media handles, which is at Science TV kila pahali. Enda to search Science TV. Utatupata hapo kwenye. And of course, our sign language earlier on was Gigs Bradley. Right now we have Candy K in the building. She was missing in action, but she's back. And our guest for today, we have Edwin from watu wa Ingo. Watu wa Ingo, salimikeni. Kwanza nataka usalimie watu wa Ingo na lugha ya Kiingo, waambie wakae Science TV na watulie papo hapo.
Abandu befu balanga mutse Musain TV murile mahwaka valemavu mana mulole umunyala kubadilisha ili mwana mulemavu abe sawa.
Yes, ili mwana mulemavu awe hapo nimeelewa. Hapo umesema continue watching Science TV. For this is an inclusive station, right? Yes. And of course, you know how we do it. This is culture and diversity. Back to you, Edwin.
Yes.
So, umetuambia you got your disability back in 2012, right?
Yes.
How was your perspective on people living with disability before you got disability?
People living with a disability, as we all know that it was not something that was common in Kenya till there was a certain section in our constitution that was repealed, I think in 203, to include them in our society. So when I was living, I can only remember there was one girl in our vicinity that was disabled, and nothing much had I known about it. But when the reality knocked into my door, I knew such people exist. And so I was one of them. And so I had to start living new life. But things at first were not easy. Things were hard for me, hard for the person who was looking after me, taking in mind that I was a single child after the dismissal of my mom. So, journey, it has not been easy till I was introduced to several groups that hold my hand and we walk together and we preach the gospel of disability, of acceptance. And that's how life has been. And I thank God the far He has taken me as someone living with disability. And I'm very proud that God had a reason, had a purpose that Edwin Opetu should live with disability. Though people may not recognize me as they used, but I thank God that in every life cycle, stages you must transition to a certain stage, and that's how life is.
Yes, you must transition to another stage, and that's how life is. So, Mr. Edwin, did you find it easy? Did you find it? How did you find about people with disability maneuvering, especially in the transport sector, in in the public domain, and what are these groups that helped you gain your acceptance back, gain your your what your confidence back?
So when I came back from hospital in 2013, I was introduced to APDK. I had gone to a nearby hospital for checkup, that is the Baraka Medical. So they introduced me to a certain mother called Anna Moini, who was also a child with cerebral palsy. So Anna Moini was a frequent visitor, and she used to take her time to advise me, to speak with me on various issues, and in fact, she's the one who introduced me to many disability people who are living in Uruma, within Uruma. He also introduced me to the organization, and she's the one who made sure that I got a wheelchair, because I could only use wheelchair for mobility purposes. So that's how things started, and with the time I got myself out of the house and started mingling with friends, making friends. Though some went, some ran away, as you know. When you have a problem, people run, and some ran away. But I thank God, because everything happens with a purpose, and there's a season for everything. And I cannot blame God why, but I know God himself had a reason why a certain group of people ran away, and certain group of people still hold on me up to the moment.
Yes, very nice, very nice. That's so encouraging. So, on our previous shows, we have been asking people of the norms they've had in their community. Zile vitu ziusemwa about people with disability, and we want to eliminate them on this show. So kindly, unaweza tuambia zenye tu umezisikia tu, useme we don't want to be doing this in our communities because this is bad.
Let me say that I will say what I went through and what I saw it was not good. There's this thing people view a disabled person as a burden. I know disability is not inability, and people living with disability have some potential that when given chance or opportunity, they can expertise on it. So my urge is that let's embrace them. Another thing that I've experienced in the few years that I've been in this condition, society haija accept bado mtu mlemavu. Let me say in the issue of marriage, those parents with their daughters, they are not willing to let their daughters mingle with us, because I remember someone told me that, in fact, he told my parents that mudala wefwe umwana mulemavu umao, so ndakenya msianu wao adeshe mwana wange dawe kata ni vidinyu nginda muintroducer husa mwana that in my let me translate. In my area, in our family, it's hard for someone to get married to a disabled person. Those are the least people we can expect in our family. And I don't know how I can introduce your son to the father of my daughter. Kindly tell your son to stay away from my daughter. So society should, I think society should be taught on how to accommodate each person, because disability, everybody is a candidate for disability. Today I might be disabled and you may see me as a burden or as someone who is less, who cannot mingle with your daughter, who cannot date your daughter. Tomorrow your daughter may give birth to a cerebral palsy or a blind or a hydrocephalus. How will you interact with with your daughter? So let's try to embrace each and every person, regardless of the situation they're living in. I think if we change on that, because watu wenye wako na ulemavu siku hizi wametengwa sana, especially kwa marriages. Ati unless uko na pesa, no, kama una pesa no, wewe ni mlemavu, utaendelea kunyonga ama utaendelea kukaa hivyo. Unaona? Na hiyo ni mbaya. Mbaya sana. Hiyo ni mbaya. Kwa maana ule Mungu aliyemwezesha kuwa mlemavu ni ule tu Mungu pia anakuwezesha ukuwe jinsi ulivyo. Na kila kiumbe cha Mungu, Mungu ako na sababu kiwe jinsi kilivyo. Na unaweza ona mtu mlemavu hafai na wewe, uende mtu mwingine na uende huko upate mateso mengi ambayo mtu mlemavu angekupatia. Sisi bora tumekula na tunalala, alafu tufanye shughuli moja na mbili. Mambo mengi hatuwezi fanya.
Hiyo shughuli moja na mbili ndo ninataka kujua ni gani. Mtazamaji, if you know, you know, right here at Zakwetu. This is how we do it each and every Tuesday. Tunakuleteanga culture and diversity na zile norms zenye tunataka ku-eliminate in our society. And one of the norms zenye Edwin ametuambia leo is please parents, tafadhali, let your daughters, let your sons mingle with persons with disability, because kama ni ya Mungu, kama Mungu ameipanga, itakuwa ama vipi?
Yes, sir.
So any other norm that you would like to eliminate na una feeling tu hii hapana, hii sifai kuwa nafanywa ama sifai kuwa ina happen kwa society right now?
Unajua mtu mlemavu huwa anaonekana ama niseme some people kwa anachukua mtu mlemavu kuwatumia. Wanajiendeleza kimaisha. Unapata mtu mlemavu ana struggle, alafu mtu anakuja tu anampiga mapicha, anamfanyia shughuli za hapa na hapa, anaanza kujifurahisha. Mimi kama Edwin Opetu, hiyo kitu inifurahishangi. Kuja ukae na mtu mlemavu, mwambie iko hivi na hivi, tunafanya hivi na hivi, itakufaidisha. Lakini kuliko ukuje unichukue uniongeleshe na unaenda kujifurahisha. Ni ombi langu ya kuwa siku moja Mungu atabadilisha mawazo ya mwanadamu, hasa Mkenya, na aanze kuona mlemavu kama mwanadamu mwenzake na asimtumie kujiendeleza kimaisha, bali kuendeleza ule mlemavu. Kwa maana many things happen that unaacha mtu mlemavu akiwa very depressed. Huyu jamaa anang'ang'ana na, for example kama mimi, nang'ang'ana with mobility issues, najiuliza maswali mingi. Alafu tena wewe unakuja unaniweka kwa situation yenye nakuwa na maswali mingi. Hiyo mimi huwa inifurahishi. Na hata ni kama naweza pata nafasi kwa hii Kenya, nikuwe kiongozi pale, mimi lazima naweza badilisha sheria fulani yenye itafeva mtoto mlemavu, ndio wasitumike vibaya.
Yes. Hata sisi hapa kwenye Zakwetu tunafanya hivyo, tunabadilisha mindset za Wakenya ili tusifikirie watu walemavu ni watu ambao ni mzigo ama burden katika maisha. But right about now, my director, my producer ananiambia time is not on our side. But before we go, before we close the show, because time is not on our side, I want you to big up one 2 people 3 people hapo mtaani, wasalimie, waambie wa watch Science TV tukisonga, na social media handles zako tafadhali.
Sawa, hapo mtaani mimi naambia kina Mwini, Bernard Mutinda au mabeste wangu wote hasa ambao tunatembea nao katika hali ya ulemavu, mtuinini kwa Science TV na tutembee pamoja, na Mungu awabariki. Mi kwa social media niko tu kwa WhatsApp na Facebook. Mambo mingi sinanga, bora nipate langu, Mungu niongoze, maisha yangu iko sawa.
Sasa Facebook anakuita nani?
Edwin Opetu tu.
Edwin Opetu right there hapo kwenye Facebook mitandao. Amesema ako Facebook Edwin Opetu na WhatsApp tu. So ukimtafuta mtafute kwenye Facebook. And everybody who made this program possible, including my director Jeff, my sign language interpreter Candy K, and Gigs Bradley. For anybody, kina Winnie hapo kwenye I can see you doing an amazing job. Anybody who made this show come to you direct, big up to you. And to our viewers, we love you very much. And continue tuning in to Science TV for more programs lined up for you next. My name is Koloboy Rushking. Ukitaka Collins Sirongo hapo kwenye mitandao, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Collins Sirongo kwenye. Till next time, same vibe, where culture and diversity unifies us right here at Science TV. Ciao.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
This is Zakwetu.